The choice you make today, not yesterday, not tomorrow, the choice you make today will determine how God is going to work in your life. Amen?
Amen.
Amen?
Amen.
I want you to know that your choice matters today. And this is why I know some of you are here. Because if not, some of your parents would not have brought you to the church. You came on Wednesday and then you were asked to come today. And I'm happy some of you are here today. Now listen to me. You must make a choice to be a divine sign. You must make a choice to be a divine wonder. May I hear children say amen to that? I want children, I want anyone that calls himself or herself a child of God to say, I am a divine sign, I am a divine wonder.
I am a divine sign, I am a divine wonder.
Now let me tell you something. Devil was created a divine personality. Mr. Devil was created a handsome, glorious personality. In fact, some people will tell you that devil was like a right-hand man, son of God. Remember that angels are sons of God. But they are not sons of God in the sense we human beings are sons of God. But evil started entering into his mind. And that was what made him to become a devil, to become evil. He was created divine. He was created by divinity. He was created by God himself. But when he decided to begin to think against the law of God, then he became evil. And the same thing happens when we begin to think the thoughts of God. The divine power of God, the divine glory of God, or divine grace of God begins to affect us, begin to walk in our lives. But when we begin to think evil, then the spirit of the devil, the power of the devil will begin to work in our lives. So you must choose today to be a divine sign and a divine wonder, and not a demonic sign and wonder. Now, what is a demon? Who is a demonic sign and wonder? A demonic sign and wonder is that person that has become an arrow in the hands of the devil. Now let us look at the book of Psalm 127. Psalm 127. Psalm 127, I read from verse 1, or I call it stanza 1. Except the Lord build a house, the labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchmen waketh it in vain. It is vain for you to rise up early, to sit up late, to eat the bread of sorrows. For so he giveth his beloved sleep. Verse 3, now listen. Lo, can we read together? Everybody, 1, 2, go. Children, follow me. Lo. Lo.
Lo.
Children are an heritage of the Lord. And the fruit of the womb is his reward.
And the fruit of the womb is his reward.
As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth. Happy is the man that hath his quiver full of them. They shall not be ashamed. But they shall speak with the enemies in the gate. Amen. You see, verse 4 says, as arrows are in the hand of the mighty, of a mighty man, so are children of the youth. And this is why I titled it Arrows of the Mighty. Now listen to me. This passage says children are heritage of the Lord. That means that there are things that the Lord has passed down to people from dispensation to dispensation, from age to age. It is from God. It is something that God has released. It has become a custom that you marry, you bring forth children, because that is the will of the Lord. But we are made to know here that it is God that gives children. It is his reward. When you take in, a woman conceives, there is joy. I'm going to have my own baby. And when a child is born, everybody rejoices. because it is the gift of God. Now, I want you to know that from verse 1, it is God that builds the house. It is God that protects the family. It is God that gives his beloved sleep. That's, he gives you rest. It is God. Without God, you cannot achieve anything. And I want we parents to know that if we do not look up to God to help us in our family, to help us in our marriages, to help us in raising up our children, we would try in vain. Because number one, though we are living beings, physical beings, we are all equally spiritual beings. We have physical body with which we relate in the physical. But there are spiritual forces you do not see that try to influence you, that try to affect you, that try to change the course of your life. The same thing, we adults do not know much about them. Think of your children that don't even understand the language we are speaking. So it says, it is God that builds the house. Do you want your marriage to be built? Do you want your family to be properly built? Look up to God. Do you look for security? Do you look for protection? There is no security anywhere, there is no protection anywhere, except the one that comes from God alone. And I want you to know that every security you are entering into will demonize you. It will empty you of the glory of God, and it would take away that which is of God from you and make you empty. And if possible, make you an arrow of the wicked, an arrow of the mighty demonic being. Recently, I counseled and prayed with somebody because of the battles he was going through. And the attack came and it was affecting one of his hands. The fear of his right hand or finger getting paralyzed. The fear of becoming, being overcome by the wicked gripped him. He went for medical treatment, there was no help. He was looking, bringing prayer people to pray with him, vigils and everything, there was no help. And then there was this doctor that they know. And the doctor is known not only as a medical doctor, has access or understanding of herbs. He said he's a medical doctor, he's a Christian, but he equally gives herbs. And then this doctor saw, when they saw that this thing was not helping him, they went and prepared something and asked him to design his hand and rub the thing in. So look, if you saw his hand, it was really designed. Like in the past, when people would use, sharp knife to design their faces in the olden days, that was how he designed his own hand. And then rubbed off whatever he rubbed, and the thing became, black spots and stumps or whatever you may call it all over his body. I want you to know that this thing emptied him. While we were praying, suddenly, as the Lord opened my eyes, I saw things, and I called him. I said, I do not know who has emptied you, and I do not know what